All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
All right, welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. I'm Chris. I'm joined by Greg. How you doing today, Greg?
Oh, I'm doing good, Chris. Doing good. How's everything with you?
Not too bad. Been having some issues with my right leg, but hopefully the doctor's going to figure something out.
Yeah.
They've been trying to figure it out for 2 years and they ain't figured out what's causing my problems. But I went and saw a new doctor to get a different opinion to see if maybe he could. Just a different set of eyes. Maybe he could find something.
Find it, yeah.
We'll see. We got quite a bit going on in sports. I had the NBA play-in games last night. We're gonna go ahead and start with them. You had Brooklyn. Of course, I lost my thing. Brooklyn played the Cavs. Yeah,
the Cavs.
Brooklyn beat the Cavs, but the Cavs still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Kyrie Irving dominated last night. Hit his first 12 shots he took. Finished like 12 for 15 for the game.
Yep.
If he plays at that level and with KD on that team, Brooklyn's a scary team.
They can quickly turn to the favorite in the Eastern Conference, even as the 7. I know they play the Celtics. I expect it to be a good series, but yeah, just like you said, if Kyrie plays like he did last night, the Nets, they're not only going to beat the Celtics, they might come out the East.
And they dominated the Cavs last night. I mean, they got that big lead. The Cavs got within 6, was the closest they ever got. And every time they got within 6, Durant would hit a big shot.
Yep, Durant would hit a big shot. So Nets are in good shape. It's not gonna matter that Ben Simmons isn't playing. He wasn't playing during the regular season, so I don't think that's gonna be a big deal. Yeah, as long as Kyrie, KD, they hitting their shots, they play average defense. They don't have to be super, defenders or nothing, but if they can hold teams around 100, 110, just like they did, Cleveland had 108. So
108.
So that's by the net standard, that's good. So yes. Because they're gonna get about 115, 120 like they did yesterday. So we'll see. It's gonna be a good series when they play Boston. I expect it to go at least 6 games. So we'll see what happens. Cleveland still, even though they lost the game, they still showed me something. They got down by 20.
And they battled back,
to get within 6. So Cleveland's not bad. They should win that. Well, let me not say they should. The Hornets are a good team, but or whoever they play in the next game. But I think they play the Hornets next game.
I think so. That's
yeah.
The Hornets beat Atlanta last night, right?
No, they play tonight. I'm sorry. So the Hornets and the Hawks play tonight. So whoever
and they'll play the winner of that.
Yeah. So whoever Cleveland matches up with, I mean, it's gonna be a good game. they're not going to be a pushover. That's for certain. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, you got the Hornets and Hawks tonight, and the Spurs and the Pelicans.
Yeah, interesting matchups there.
And then, but yeah, like man, Brooklyn, if they play like they did last night, they're going to be tough to beat against any of it. And Simmons might play in the playoffs. He was at least on the sideline. He was there in attendance of the game, sitting with his team. So, hey, that's a start.
That's a start.
And if he was to play, yes, their chemistry isn't going to be there, but I still think his defensive presence is where he's going to help the Nets a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's another guy. You can put him on the other team's best player, and then KD or Kyrie don't have to expend all that energy on the defensive side of the ball. You can give them a break on defense a little bit by having a guy like Simmons.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if Simmons can play, he'll definitely help on the defensive side.
Damian Hernandez says, hot take, Simmons won't show up in the playoffs until the Nets face Philly and will show out.
That would, that would be something else. If that
would be. I had thought of that, but that would be.
Yeah.
That'd be a heck of a way to come back.
Yeah, that would be the second round match. Yeah, that would be interesting if it ends up being that.
And then also last night you had the Clippers at the Timberwolves. Timberwolves won 109-104.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Minnesota's a team that I think people overlook a little bit. I think they're better than what people think they are. I'm not saying they're a top level team, but they're a little bit better. I mean, they should get a little more respect on what they get.
Oh yeah.
I thought the Clippers would win that game, especially since Paul George was back. Paul George has been playing good. I didn't get to see the game, but by his stats, it looked like Paul George had a pretty good game.
Yeah. Paul George had a good game. This is the knock on Paul George has always been, well, when it's a big game, he doesn't show up when it's playoff time. Now it happens. He scores 34, and then nobody else is there to help out. So this is where they're going to miss Kawhi.
Yep.
If they end up making it, into the playoffs.
If Paul George played in the playoffs like he played last night, and they had Kawhi, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, right. So I see Reggie Jackson at 17. Marcus Morris Sr. had 12. So nobody else there to really match what Paul George was doing. But Pat Bev got some payback against his former team.
Yeah,
he was extra hyped, and
he was talking about it last night.
Jumping on the scores table and all that when he was.
And then after the game, he wanted to talk to anybody that would listen. He wanted to talk to.
Yeah, exactly. So he was extra, hyped about winning that. But the Timberwolves, that makes them now the 7th seed, I believe, in the West.
Yes.
So that would look at the standings here.
They're going to play the Grizzlies.
Woo, boy!
That's going to be a good series right off the bat.
Yeah, I can see. You know what? A lot of people might say Memphis sweep or Memphis in 5. Minnesota can push. They can push it to 6.
I was gonna say I'm gonna say Minnesota or not Minnesota. I'm gonna say Memphis in 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
I see it going 6.
Yeah. I can see the T-Wolves winning 2 games. So 6 games for that series.
I think the Clippers could be in trouble in this next game to try to get in the playoffs because the Pelicans have been hot.
Yeah.
But the Pelicans have to get by the Spurs, but the Spurs aren't a terrible team either. They just don't have no big star on their team. Yeah,
the Spurs, and what a job that Greg Popovich
Oh,
has
yeah.
this season too. He got into playing with a bunch of. I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad on a bunch of average guys, you know.
Yeah,
And,
leading
so,
scorers, a guy named by last name of Murray, and I've never really heard of him.
yeah. So
They play good defense, and they play good team basketball.
good team.
They keep games. They're good at keeping games close and giving themselves a chance at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Pop has done an excellent job with them. The Pelicans also. That's another great story. They started off slow and they got hot. We all wish that Zion was playing. But they still got it done without him. So that says a lot about their team too. So it's gonna be a good game, and it's not gonna be easy for the Clippers to beat either one.
No.
Uh,
One thing for the Pelicans is Ingram is a game time decision with a hamstring injury.
Oh wow, that
So
was a big loss. Yeah,
if he don't play, that's going to hurt them quite a bit. But yeah,
yeah.
Last I heard, it said he was a game time decision.
Okay, yeah. Without Ingram, it makes it a little bit tough for him. But I would still, even without Ingram, I would still go with the Pelicans. But it'll just make it harder without Ingram. Yeah, for sure.
And then tonight, you have the Hawks and Hornets. I think this is two teams that neither of these teams play very much defense at all.
Mhm.
This is going to be a high scoring game.
Very high. Yeah.
And I can see either team winning. That's the bad thing. I can see either team winning this game. The Hawks have been good at home, though. They're 27-14 at home.
At home.
They're
Yeah.
a totally different team at home than they've been on the road. So being at home, I think is going to help them a lot. But the Hornets are coming in hot on a 3-game winning streak. And offensively, man, they can score with anybody. They were the 4th best offense in the league this year, averaging 115 points per game.
Yeah.
Now defensively, they're probably one of the worst teams in the league because they don't play no defense at all.
Yeah. I will go with the Hawks because they're at home. Trae Young, he's gonna drop his 30. Boy, this gonna be high scoring. You got Melo Ball for Charlotte, and those guys. So yeah, it's gonna be high scoring. But the Hawks with that crowd.
I think it's going to be a real close game, but I lean toward the Hawks just because they're at home.
Yeah. Same. Yeah,
I think Hayward. If I remember right, Hayward's battling an injury. I think he sit out a game or two toward the end of the season.
Gordon Hayward. Yeah, he has. I'm not sure if he's in the lineup tonight or not.
Yeah, I know because I know he'd sit out a couple of games dealing with the injury. So if Hornets don't have him, that can hurt. Get out of here, off the wall. Oh crap, he's trying to get home, play at the plate, and he was out by a mile. What are you doing? Stop at third. You never make the last out of a game at home plate or last out of an inning at home.
Nope. That's one of the rules.
That's one of the first things you learn in about baseball, especially as you get like in high school and get older. You never make the last out at third or at home.
Right. That's right.
When no way he was going to make it. The catcher, he was still 10 feet from home plate when the catcher caught the ball.
The Cincinnati Reds.
They're down 2-0 already. They're going to drive me crazy.
Yeah,
They opened the season up pretty good, though, because they
they
went
do good.
2-2 with the Braves. That's not bad with the defending champion.
Yeah.
And they very easily could have won that one game. They lost 2-1.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then yesterday, it's 4-4 going in the ninth inning, and you give up 6 runs in the ninth inning and lose 10-4.
Unreal.
Gave up a grand slam in the ninth inning.
Mm.
Because I was at that minor league game, but I was keeping track of the Reds score on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tie game, and I'll look back down a few minutes later, and they're down 9-4. I'm like
9-4, yeah.
What just happened?
Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be some 2 good games tonight for the NBA. So
And then
it's gonna be awesome.
in the first round of playoffs, you have some interesting matchups. Like you have the Jazz and the Mavs in the West, and the Mavericks. Now you have questions about Luka.
Oh, if they don't have Luka, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over if they don't have him.
I still think he's like a game. They still haven't decided if he's going to play game 1 or not. I think he'll play because unless he can't walk, that dude, he's not going to sit out. I just don't see him sitting out. If he's just, I don't know. I think he's too much prideful of a player to sit out if he thinks he can. If there's any way he can play.
This is his
thing. Is what was he doing on the court?
Yeah,
they were up big.
Yeah, he didn't have no reason to be out there. Yeah, he didn't have. I don't know what.
He's your team. He's your team. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, that's your team.
Yeah.
Without him, they're not going. I don't see him getting out of the first round playoffs if he don't play. Mm-hmm. They're not going to beat the Jazz without him.
No.
Coach Dante says that'll be a big loss for the Mavericks if they don't have Luka, but I can't put my trust in the Jazz either. They're the most fraudulent team in the Western Conference.
What I always say about
everybody hates the Jazz.
This is the thing with the Jazz, and I know from Quinn Snyder's time when he was coaching the Tigers here in college. Quinn Snyder teams only go so far, and they don't go past that point. And now what everybody's seeing is Quinn Snyder can get you out the first round, he can get you to the second round, but that's pretty much it. You're not going to get to the conference finals. You're not going to get to the finals. That's just what it is, and that's why I think Utah might move away and find somebody else after this season is over to take Quinn Snyder's spot. I said they should have moved away from him last year and the year where they were the 1 seed and they didn't make the conference finals. They should have moved from him then.
Yeah, it's like he don't make no adjustments.
No.
They just keep trying to say the same thing over and over. It's like make an adjustment. It's not what you're doing is not working.
Right.
And
the same thing
said if the Utah Jazz fell in the playoffs this year, I think Donovan Mitchell should be considering moving on from the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, he'll have every right to
surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was him, I would. You don't want to have a Damian Lillard.
If he wants out, the Pacers. If he wants out, the Pacers can go get him.
Yeah, that's it.
They're talking about bringing freaking Westbrook in. I don't want Westbrook. That's not the answer.
No, that's not.
You trade away Sabonis and them guys and get Halliburton and Hill, and then you're going to bring in Westbrook. It don't make no sense.
And another thing with Westbrook, I'm glad that you brought that up. Him his press conference saying, "I never got a fair chance." I said, "What earth
Oh,
are
yeah.
you on? What planet are you on?"
Yeah, he was blaming it on Vogel, like that Vogel didn't like him or something for some reason.
Yeah, it's like you sucked almost all season. You turn over the ball. You can't play defense. You shouldn't have been starting, honestly. And yet you're talking about I never got a fair chance. No. Get out of here with that.
Oh yeah.
That's insanity.
And speaking of Vogel, I think Vogel got kind of a raw deal there. You went, lead them to the champ. They win a championship,
Mm-hmm.
and then this year is just riddled with injuries, with a poorly constructed team that the GM and LeBron James gave them.
But
so basically, Vogel got used as a scapegoat.
But nobody wants to say that. That's why at the end of his press conference where he said, "Did I make the roster?" No. Yeah. So he's basically saying, "Hey, I didn't have a say."
And he's proven. He's proven that he's a pretty good coach. I mean, he took when he was at the Pacers, we took the Heat, or not the Heat, but the Cavs to 6 games or 7 games almost every season in the playoffs. We actually the Pacers actually played the Cavs about better than anybody else in the East back then. But our record, we'd always play them early in the playoffs, like first round, and we'd take them to 6 or 7 games. Had a chance to should have beat them the one year. So I mean,
yeah.
And Vogel was a coach of that. He's good. If you can get the players to buy into a system, they're a good defensive team. And if they gave him a better constructed team, I don't see that what happening with the Lakers.
Yeah,
they're just using them as a scapegoat.
Yeah, they are. They should have kept the team the way it was last season.
Dante says, I definitely agree. I don't think Vogel's a bad coach. Yes, he did have some rotations problems out of time and didn't make any adjustments. But if you look at Frank Vogel's career, it's pretty respectable. Frank Vogel's career at the Pacers franchise. And yeah, like I say, he got him to the Eastern Conference Finals. And he won a championship with the Lakers. And they used him as a scapegoat. They had to, I guess they had to blame somebody instead of blaming the people that put the team together.
Yeah. And I understand. So this is what's going on now. So you have
now I'm hearing Juwan Howard as a guy that might go to the Lakers to coach.
Okay. They would be decent. He could get them to the playoffs.
Hell, Howard would end up punching somebody on the sideline.
End up going off on somebody, yeah. But but here's the thing: wherever Braun has gone, he's always had coaches that are kind of like yes men.
Yeah.
He's never really had a coach that was like, okay, look.
No, we're doing it.
We're not doing it. Yeah, this is how we're gonna do it, So even Eric Spoelstra, he's a very good coach. Very good, very good. But I still feel like Braun still kind of ran that team. Not saying that Spoelstra can't coach, because he can't. But so if they do get Howard, Juwan Howard, it'll be another yes person on his side again. So it'll still be Braun running the team.
Yeah.
Well,
honestly, I only think there's probably a couple coaches in the league that could go there where LeBron would give him enough respect to let them run the team. It'd have to be somebody like a Popovich or maybe like a Coach K, even though he hadn't been in the NBA. But that'd be, to me, somebody like that. would be the only person that LeBron's going to let actually listen to and let him coach.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because he just don't have the respect, that level of respect for like Vogel or some of these other guys that he's coach or that have coached him.
Yeah. If there's any way they can talk Phil Jackson into coaching again. David Blatt. Yeah, that's true on that one.
Yeah, they were doing good, and all of a sudden Black gets fired. It was just out of nowhere.
Yeah, David Black got fired. That's right. Yeah.
And he did. That's right too. Coach Dante said he tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired when he intentionally bumped into Eric Spoelstra, but Pat Riley wasn't having none of that. And Spoelstra ended up winning them back-to-back championships.
Yeah, that's right.
And he said the same thing we're saying. Frank Vogel's a scapegoat.
Yeah, and this is
LeBron James put that team together because they were going to trade. They weren't going to get Westbrook. They were going. Was it Bradley Beal? They were going. No.
Buddy Hield. Yeah. DeRozan. Yeah, it was DeRozan and Hield. Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they end up going with Westbrook because of LeBron.
Yeah, he said. Yeah.
And I agree with what he's saying. I think LeBron did quit on the team at the end of the season. I mean,
he didn't.
You still had a chance to get in the play-in game, and he didn't. You don't play.
No.
And then there's talk that you might play a couple games later to finish the season, but then you end up don't. Which I'm glad he didn't, because if he would have, that would have just made it look worse.
Yeah, that would have looked worse. Yeah, definitely. He wants to stay healthy so he can get that all-time scoring title.
LeBron put this team together, and you quit on the team. You basically do not ride or die with this team. Technically, they were still in the playoff hunt. Yep, until they lost to the Suns.
Yeah, lost to the Suns, yeah. Yeah, they would have got Buddy Hield, yeah.
Yeah, and they could have got DeRozan as well. So,
yeah, they would have made the playoffs with those two, definitely.
And at this point in their career, Hield is a better option. Plus, he's not going to turn the ball. I don't think he's going to turn the ball over near as much as Westbrook did.
Exactly. Yeah. Buddy Hield is a better player. Yeah, than Russ is. I mean, people have to face fact. LeBron is not a good general manager. Like putting teams together. Like
think about it though. If you think about it, most your big stars, your top stars like LeBron and them guys, they struggle at like the GMs and stuff like that. I mean, look at John Elway. Other than bringing Peyton Manning in, he could never do anything. Michael Jordan, look how Michael Jordan has struggled with the Hornets. I just don't. I think they look at people and they think, okay, he's this good, he should be able to do this because they could do it.
That could do it. Exactly.
Not everybody could do the things that they can do. And sometimes I think they forget that because they do it. Your top big stars like that. If you look at the track record, none of them have really had a lot of success trying to build teams.
Yeah, it's hard for them because they think they see something that's of star level. Oh yeah, he can be a star and he can be a star. It's like no. No. So Brown is not good at the GM role.
Lakers could have had Christian Wood. They didn't want to give up a first round pick.
That even would have been a good pickup for them if they would have got Christian Wood. So just all around, it was just bad. If you want to say, Pelinka and Jeannie Buss should get blamed because they oversee the roster and all that. Okay, fine. But everybody gets blame in this. Jeannie Buss, Pelinka, and Braun for bringing in Russ. So now you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to get the right coach for this job. I don't even know who they'll get, honestly. I know Lakers fans want Mark Jackson, but does Mark Jackson want to coach the Lakers? That's the thing. So,
See, I've never understood that. Why Mark Jackson hasn't had a job after what he done with the Warriors, and then all of a sudden something happened and they got rid of him and brought in Kerr. And then I was like, man, Jackson's going to be a hot commodity. Somebody's going to hire him, and he hasn't ended up nowhere. There had to be something. There has to be something more to that story.
yeah. I don't know why either. He was very good at Golden State. He turned that franchise around to what it is now, and why he hasn't gotten another job, it's kind of baffling because these other coaches get second, third, and fourth chances, and they're not half as good as Mark Jackson is. So
yeah, I was hoping that too. The Pacers was going to hire this when they were looking for a coach. Was Mark Jackson?
Yeah, Mark Jackson.
They ended up getting. Of course, I can't think of his name now. He coached there before, and then he came back. Carlisle.
Carlisle. That's right, Kirk Carlisle. Yeah.
Which he's not a bad coach, but
now Rick Carlisle, I don't know if he'll do it because of his Boston roots. But if they could persuade Rick Carlisle, say, hey, just come in for a couple of years, he would do good with the Lakers. He will make sure everything is in line. He will work with Bron. He wouldn't be a yes man to Bron, but he wouldn't be
he'd meet him more in the he'd meet him more in the middle.
Yeah, he'll be in the middle with him. So they could definitely work. Yeah. So if they can find a way to get Carlisle, then that'll work. But the other options, I don't see any other options that will work for the Lakers as far as a coach.
Then you have the Raptors at the 76ers. Another game one, the first round of the playoffs.
That's gonna be a
good. It's gonna be I think people better not just count the Raptors out because I don't see them going out easily. I could see this series going 5 or 6 games.
Yeah,
I think the Sixers win the series. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Raptors could give them a little more trouble than what people are thinking.
Oh yeah, and now
their defense, man. And if they get their defense going and get you out of your rhythm, they're one of them teams. If they can keep the game close, they can have a chance at the end.
Yeah, and now we're about to see if this James Harden trade was worth it for Philly.
Yeah,
it's playoff time. James Harden hasn't played the best in these big games. So now the pressure is on him too. Yep. To show that he's worth the money, the trade, all that. So, it's going to be up to Embiid and Harden to get this thing done for Philly. But with the Raptors, Siakam, the way he's improved over the years.
Yes.
I mean, his game has gotten really, really good the past few years.
Anunoby has improved a lot as well for him.
Yep.
Because he was pretty raw athletic player coming out of IU. I was kind of surprised that he left early. But he's really developing there in Toronto.
Yes, yeah. So he's got those two. You still got Van Fleet as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a good series.
And they got a good coach.
And they got it. Yes, Nick Nurse, who's rumored that the Lakers might target him.
And I like him because he'll take a chance and change the defense or something. He'll try something to try to change the rhythm of the game or the momentum of the game instead of just sitting there and watching the same thing happen over and over.
Right.
Like when they played the Warriors, he started doing that boxing one on Curry after Durant got hurt.
Yeah. So it's a good matchup. The heat is on James Harden. The heat is on Doc. But I still say the Sixers win in 6 games.
If the Sixers was to lose this series, I think Rivers is gone.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gone. If they lose in the first round, he's gone.
You know who they're going to hire?
Who's that?
D'Antoni. Hey, they got James Harden, they got Morey. They might as well bring D'Antoni and just complete it.
Oh my goodness. People got to realize Mike D'Antoni can't coach defense.
It wouldn't surprise me if Morey brought him in.
Yeah, he's another. D'Antoni is just like Quinn Snyder. He can get you to a level, and that's it. There's no getting past that. And
D'Antoni's a guy I'd like to have like as an assistant coach.
Yeah, he'll be a good assistant.
And be like, you run the offense.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I'll do the defense. I'll do the defense.
Exactly. Yeah,
because he's good. I mean, he's good offensively, but yeah, this team's play no defense at all.
None.
And you're going to keep shooting threes no matter if you miss 25 in a row.
That's what killed him in the game 7 with Golden State. Yeah,
it's like at some point we're not hitting threes. Let's shoot something else.
Yep. Yeah.
I know analytically they say a 3-pointer is better, but if you're not hitting them, it's not better.
Nope. It's not. And
if you're hitting 1 out of 10 threes, another team's going down and hitting 4 out of 6 2-point shots, they're going to be in the lead.
Yep, they're going to be. And D'Antoni team struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like when they're on, it looks beautiful and all that stuff, but when it's not, it looks bad. It looks bad. So,
and then you have the Nuggets at the Warriors, and this is actually a series I'm looking forward to. A lot of this to me is going to depend on Curry's ankle.
Mm-hmm.
If he's healthy, I like the Warriors, but this is going to be. I see this going 6 or 7. I can see this going 6 or 7 games. Just because of Jokic, and if Jokic had help, if he had Murray and had Porter Jr., then it'd be harder for me to pick who I thought would win this. But I'm gonna go with the Warriors because if they're healthy, they're gonna be tough to beat, especially for a Nuggets team that doesn't have the depth that they would have if they were healthy.
Yeah, without Jamal Murray. It's going to be difficult for the Nuggets to pull this off. Yoke
should be the MVP.
Yeah.
He's not going to get it.
Yeah, he's not going to get it though. Yeah, so
they're going to give it to James Harden. That's all. Hell, you even have players coming out saying that, or not to get to James Harden, to Joel Embiid, and you have players coming. Kevin Durant came out and said Embiid should be the MVP. So not only is the media pushing it, now you're getting some of the players pushing it. So
yeah,
they're going to give it to Embiid, even though Jokic is putting up better numbers this year.
Mm-hmm.
Better numbers this year than what he did last year when he got the MVP award. Mm-hmm. So how do you put up better numbers? And it's even more impressive because of the injuries the Nuggets have had.
Yeah,
and you don't get MVP again. It don't make no sense to me.
A lot of times in that situation,
that's all narrative.
When you've won it the year prior, they really don't want to give it to you a second time. So they're trying to look for, let's see who else we can give it to. And so I wouldn't be mad if MB got the.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. MB's had a great season. I'm not saying. Oh, yeah. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. It's just Jokic had a better season than what he had last year.
Than what he had, yeah, and he can't get it, yeah. So, but yeah, either one of those two, are the only two options, honestly, for it. So, DeRozan, he should get some votes. He's had a good season too. He's not going to win it, obviously, but
I think Booker should get some points.
Yeah, Booker, yeah, Devin Booker, yeah, for sure. But yeah,
I think people overlook him some. I think he's underrated for the ability he has.
Yeah, A lot of people that debate is Devin Booker a superstar or is he not? It's like yes, he is. What do you? There's nothing to think about.
Oh.
He's a
And
superstar.
people go, well, he has Chris Paul, but did you see how he played this season without Chris Paul?
Yeah,
When Paul
without
was
him,
hurt?
exactly. They
He
still
led that team and they kept winning. I
they
mean,
kept winning. Exactly. So yeah, Devin Booker has proven, especially this season, that he is a superstar.
if the Warriors are healthy, they're going to the Western Conference Finals.
Very much
The only
expected.
team, yeah, I agree. They have the best shot at beating the Suns, but
Yeah.
if the Suns play to their capabilities, they're going to be tough for anybody to beat. But I could say that about the Warriors too. If they're healthy, and Seth and Clay, or Steph and Clay are on, and Draymond Green's healthy and doing his thing, the Warriors are they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I do think if Steph Curry's healthy, I think the Warriors are going to be. I can see them in the Western Conference Finals. They're going to be a tough out for anybody.
Yeah. This will be if the Warriors are able to win this championship, this will be the hardest road out of all of them that they've gotten.
Yeah,
They would have had to beat a very good Memphis team in the second round, and they would have to beat a very good Phoenix team in the conference final.
and a good Nuggets team in the first round.
Yeah, and then a good Nuggets team in the first round, and then especially if they're playing Brooklyn in the final, that's the hardest road out of all the championships that they have won. So this would be the hardest one for them.
Then the next game we would have would be the Nets and Celtics. That's on Sunday, game one of the Nets and Celtics series. The Celtics have won the last three times these teams have met. Celtics was 3-1 against the Nets this season. They lost the first game and then won the last three.
Mhm.
The Celtics had been playing some pretty good basketball toward the end of the season. This is going to be, I think, going to be a fun series.
It
I
is.
think, I think, man, again, if the Nets play like they did last night, I think they win the series. But in reality, is Kyrie Irving's probably not going to hit 12 shots in a row again.
Probably not.
But if he can put up decent numbers, as long as he's not shooting like 5 for 20,
Right.
I think they're going to be, if he can shoot like 10 for 18 or 10 for 17, something like that, I think they could win.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely. Yeah.
man, I don't see him doing like he did last night. Man, he was on last night, and it wasn't like they were all easy shots either. He had a couple tough fadeaway shots, and he was just on. And then Durant was scoring. I mean, man, they're going to be tough, especially like I said, especially if you get Simmons back. I don't know if they will, but if they end up getting him back, I just think he helps them so much on the defensive end.
Yeah, definitely. Kyrie was in a different world last night. And
I didn't get to watch it, but I saw the highlights. Man,
yeah, he was in a zone, and that was something to see. But in this series, I would pick the Nets to win this series. If Kyrie and KD, that can average their 30, 25. If they can play good enough defense,
that's going to be the key.
Yeah, if they can play good enough, it doesn't have to be, the best defense in the league, but if they
like
just be average,
like 105, between 105 and 110, then you're going to have a chance to win.
Yeah, if they can hold them in that range, 105 to 110, then they will win this series. So,
but Boston's not going to be easy.
No, it's not. Yeah, because
Tatum and Brown.
Tatum and Brown, right? So it's the battle of the stars, but I just think KD and Kyrie will get the better of Tatum and Brown, but it's gonna be good. I could definitely see it going 7.
Yeah, I can see this one going 6 or 7. Then you have in the East, you have the Bulls and the Bucks. I like the Bucks in the series. The Bulls, They've battled injuries all year.
Yeah.
They've this is the best record they've had in a long time. But if you look at it, they haven't played good against the good teams.
No.
When they play the good teams, they usually lose, and then they win all the games they should. And I don't see them beating the Bucks in a 7-game series.
No, it's not gonna happen. I want to say sorry.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, sorry to Rob and Mike Hughes. We are
Dustin.
We wish we could say the Bulls could make the second round, but it's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep though. I believe the Bulls will win one. But
I can see them on the one and even maybe two.
Yeah.
But I don't see them. Oh man, it'd surprise the hell out of me if they won this series.
It would. This would be the shocker if the Bulls were able to pull this out. But they just haven't played well against the good teams. I don't know what it is with that, but yeah, I expect Giannis and the Bucks to move on.
Who do you have in the finals?
Whew. The Western Conference is so hard because my mind is saying Golden State is going to win, is going to find a way to get out of there. But then I'm seeing how good Phoenix is.
Yeah, that's my problem. I keep going back and forth between Phoenix and Golden State.
Yeah, because if they did match up in the conference final, I would pick Golden State to win that conference final.
Especially if Steph's healthy, long as Steph's healthy.
Yeah, even though that game 7 would be at Phoenix, I would still go with them. I'll go ahead and say Golden State and Brooklyn. Golden State and Brooklyn. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Golden State and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Bucks, okay. Yeah, Giannis.
Because Giannis is he's starting to hit. Not that he's a great jump shot, but he's starting to hit. He's starting to hit some of them, and he's starting to hit them. Some of them in clutch situations, like he hit that step back last week in a clutch situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he's proven that he can. Is he going? Does he shoot it at a high percentage? No, not yet. But at least that part of his game is improving. And if he keeps improving that part of the game, dude, he's going to be unstoppable.
Oh yeah, it's over. If he gets a jump shot, it's over. It's a done deal.
One thing that does worry me about the Bucks is losing PJ Tucker. To me, was a big part of their team just because of the hard-nosed toughness he brought. And then you lose him. I think that was some of their identity.
Yeah, he was definitely their best defensive player. So,
but if it gets to the net, I can see the Nets being there. I think them not playing together that much during the regular season might come back and bite them.
It could,
just because of chemistry and rotation wise. But I don't know. I like the Bucks to get there.
I like the Bucks. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could definitely see Giannis and those guys making it to the final.
But I think whoever comes out of the West is going to win it.
Oh yeah. The West has the better teams. Yeah. Golden State, Phoenix, Memphis.
I would love for it to be Golden State and the Nets. That'd be awesome.
That'd be very good. Yeah.
You have Steph, Clay, KD, Irving.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be one of the best finals right there if it did end up being that.
So that's what I'm hoping it'll end up. But
yeah, and let's not sleep on the Heat either.
Oh no, yeah.
Spoelstra, he's gonna have them ready,
and especially with the Oladipo coming back. That helps him. That's another guy that can get hot and can give you 20 to 25 points a game in a game.
Yeah. So Let me look back quick here.
And he's a guy that can take some big shots too.
Yeah.
He's not afraid. He's not afraid of it. Not saying he's going to hit them all, but he's not afraid to take them.
Yeah, Miami possibly playing the Sixers in that second round. That'll be So
yeah. And I can see Miami beating the Sixers.
Yeah. So
So to me, the Sixers is all about James Harden. Because I think Embiid's going to do his part.
Yeah, Embiid going to do it. Yeah.
But is Harden going to do enough to help him?
Yeah. Can he finally show up when it's playoff time? That's what it's going to come down to for them. And Doc can't be going into a pout session if things ain't going right either.
Start throwing people under the bus.
Yeah. Like, I wish he would did. Like, you can't do that, Doc. Like, we got so yeah. But this is good. This is the most excited I've been for an NBA playoff, and it's been a while.
Oh yeah, I'm excited because, like I said, I went and watched the minor league baseball game last night, so I didn't get to watch none of the playing games. So I'm excited about being able to watch the playing games this evening because that's when I watched the NBA. Like I watched the Pacers until this year I did until a point, and then I was like, I can't watch that. It's like it was almost like watching high school basketball there for a little while. And which I like watching high school basketball, but not when I'm supposed to be watching the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
But we had so many injuries, man. There's players playing I never heard of.
Yeah.
And then they decided to blow the team up, which I didn't understand. But I like the guys they got. I like Halliburton. I think he has a chance to be a star.
Oh yeah, Halliburton. Yeah.
Now they're talking about bringing in Westbrook. I don't understand that at all.
Don't do that.
I'm hoping that.
Don't do that.
Because I'll have to watch them. That's the bad thing. I'll have to watch them at least to a point.
Yeah.
The bad thing is when I say I don't watch them, I still keep track of the score and stuff on my phone. You know what I mean? I'll still keep track of the score and stuff.
Oh yeah. Anytime
I just switch over to a game that's more competitive.
Yeah. You're always gonna want your home team to win and do good, even if they're horrible. You still want them, still want them to do good.
Well, the Pacers have been my favorite team since I can remember anything about basketball. Because I went to a basketball camp and I got to meet Chuck Person and Reggie Miller.
Oh, okay.
With the boys club, I don't know. We was probably 8. Me and my brother, I was probably like 9, 10. He was like 6, 7. Yeah, and we got to do a camp there. I forget where it was at, but we went with the boys club. But yeah, I got to meet Chuck Person, Vern Fleming, and Reggie Miller, and some of them guys. So, and from that point, I was always a big Reggie Miller guy.
Yeah.
So, and me and Dad watched. I mean, back then we watched every Pacer game.
They were very good.
I still watch a lot of them, just like I watch every Reds game, and we're getting beat 5-0 today.
Yeah.
It's a long season.
Oh yeah, baseball.
I think the Reds' biggest problem is going to be their pitching. They got rid of too much pitching. Offensively, until this game, they've been hitting the ball pretty good, but their pitching. I think starting pitching, I think we're all right. We're not great, but I think we could get by. But our bullpen, it looks like it did last year, which isn't good.
Bullpen gonna blow a lot of games for the.
But they did finally pitch Hunter Green.
Oh, okay.
And he got a win. He pitched like 4 or 5 innings, done good. Then the last inning, he gave up like a 2-run home, came up a couple of home runs. But they ended up winning the game like 5-2. But he pitched I think he pitched 5 innings. He got the win, so he pitched good for his first time out.
Okay.
I don't know why they've been so hesitant on bringing him up.
Yeah.
Yes, they've been working on a slider because he has that 104, 105 mile per hour fastball. They've been trying to get working on his consistency, throwing that slider for a strike.
Yeah.
Because dude, if he can throw a slider for a strike, he's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Got 105 mile per hour fastball, and if you can drop like a 87, 88, 89 mile per hour slider in there and throw it for a strike, you're gonna have don't even have to be a slider, any kind of breaking pitch. As long as if you can get where you can throw it for a strike, you're going. Even a good changeup, just going from 99 or 105 to like 89 is going. It's going to mess with your timing a lot.
Yep.
I mean, you only have to have a good breaking pitch if you just get a good changeup.
Yeah, it'll have the hitters looking. It'll have them looking crazy. Get that changeup going.
Another thing, we talked a lot of NBA today. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the Masters over the weekend. Tiger fell off in the weekend.
Yeah,
and you could tell he was in some pain. I was surprised he made it all the way through. I figured he was going to end up pulling out because you could see him wincing. But I don't think Tiger is done. To me, that was his first tournament back. He played good the first 2 days, and in the last 2 days, to me it was just his body. He don't have the conditioning yet. It's going to take him a little bit for his body to build up to walk in that all the time like that. So like his next tournament, I think he'll look better because his body's done it before. I think it's going to take him 2 or 3 tournaments to really get where he's probably feeling comfortable.
Yeah,
to build that stamina up.
To build the stamina, yeah.
Because man, he looked good the first. I mean, even the second day, I was like, "Oh, here we go." He started to drop, and that back 9, he got right back in it.
Right back in, yeah. I think
I was on Pride show, and I was watching. We were watching it while we were talking, and I was a little bit ahead of him, and he'd yell at me, "Don't spoil it for me. I want to see. Don't tell me what happened."
Yeah. Tiger played well considering everything he's been through, with the car crash and all that. His body held up as long as it could. I expect if he's gonna play in the U.S. Open, he might do a tournament before then just to get some of that conditioning that you were saying. So, but I can see him. Look, anytime Tiger Woods is in a tournament, he's gonna be a factor,
and it's good for golf.
Yes. So he definitely brings eyes.
I haven't seen their ratings, but I guarantee you the ratings this weekend blew out any of the ratings earlier this season. I know it's the Masters, but still, if Tiger wouldn't have been there, it would have still been big, but it wouldn't have been the same as what it was this year with Tiger being there.
Yeah,
I guarantee the numbers went.
Oh yeah, everybody was watching.
I watched it I watched it all day Thursday and Friday. I didn't get to watch much of it Saturday because I was traveling I had our live streamed a professional wrestling show Saturday and Sunday. So I didn't get to watch it Saturday and Sunday because I was traveling and doing that. But if I'd have been home, I would have watched it.
Yeah. It was good. It was definitely good golf.
Do you think it's time that Scheffler finally gets some more respect? I mean, this dude's been on a roll the last month. He's won 2 or 3 tournaments the last month, including the Masters. They moved him up to the number 1 ranking, which was funny because he was the number 1 ranked golfer in the world. You didn't hear nothing about him all weekend.
Nope.
Even when he got the lead of the tournament, you didn't even hear much about him. They were always following Tiger almost all the time on the TV. It was like the most overlooked number 1 ranked golfer in the world I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know that much about golf. I don't know all the golfers. So when Scottie Scheffler won, I was like, who? And so I had to Google and say, oh, he's number 1. And he's oh, okay. Well, nobody talks about him. So
yeah, but he got on fire this year. I mean,
this year, yeah.
He's won I think the last 2 or 3 events that he's played at. He's been on a roll.
Yeah.
And he got out to that lead, and I was like, man, I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Even though he backed up some, he had built so much bit of a lead going into Sunday that he was going to have to play terrible for him not to win it.
Right, for him not to win. So, yeah, Scottie Scheffler played. He played great. Rory McIlroy came in second at 7 under. So
Yeah.
it was
It was nice to see McElroy's name back up there and toward the top of the leaderboard.
yeah. He had kind of faded out there
Yeah.
for a second, but yeah, he finished second. So yeah, it's good. It's good for golf that Tiger's back. It was some good golf that was played in the Masters. So we'll see what the U.S. Open brings.
All right. Let's talk a little NFL real quick before we get out of here. Derek Carr signed an extension with the Raiders.
Yeah, 21 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know some people don't think that's a good move by the Raiders. I think it's a good move. I mean, who's out there that you're going to get that's better, that's available, that you can get that's better than Carr?
Nobody that's out there right now.
I mean, he gets a bad rap for some reason. I don't know if it was because his brother was a bust or what it is, but every year you've heard. Maybe it might change now that Gruden isn't there, but every year you hear, "Oh, the Raiders are going to get rid of Carr. The Raiders are going to get rid of Carr," and it's like, why?
Yeah.
He played good last season.
He got them. I will say, everybody knows I'm not a big Derek Carr fan, but
Hernandez said Carr got overpaid. I'm not saying that he deserved the money.
Yeah, 21 is a lot.
I'm just saying I think he takes more heat than what he should, because he's not terrible.
Well, he played good the last month of the season when they got on that run to get in the playoffs. I will say that was the best football I've seen Derek Carr play.
I agree. That's when I started believing in him a little bit more.
Yeah, so
he still hasn't proven it always to me, but he's still better than most options you have. I can't think of somebody out there that's going to be better than him, right? Unless you're going to, unless you're going to get one of the top quarterbacks from one of the winning teams, but nobody's getting rid of them.
No. So Derek Carr is the best that the Raiders have right now,
and now he has probably arguably the best receiver he's ever played with too. Now,
yeah.
And they have a good. When they played together in college, so they have good chemistry and good timing and stuff together.
Oh yeah. That'll definitely help Carr having Devontae Adams on the team. They played together in college, so they know how each other works and everything. So still not beating the Chiefs though.
That's what I was going to say. What the thing is, I think the Raiders are going to be better, especially if their defense can play better. But the problem is that division.
Yeah,
the division's loaded.
Yeah,
I mean, we got the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. You really don't know what Denver's going to be yet, but you would think they're going to be better because they had a decent defense, and now they have a competent quarterback.
Yeah.
And the Raiders aren't going to be bad.
And who's Chargers.
And then the Chargers. With Herbert, they should be, they made some moves on defense, they should be improved.
Yeah.
AFC West, that's the toughest division in football.
AFC West is going to be hard. We talk about it on the Red Kingdom show on Saturdays, and we're always like, well, who's gonna we still feel like, even with what everybody has done to make a super team in the AFC West, you still look at the Kansas City Chiefs and what they've done with getting Valdez Scantling and Juju. They're still the team to beat in the West. Because I look at it like this: you got the best coach, you got the best quarterback. Chargers have a coach. He doesn't know when to kick a field goal, when to punt, when to do something.
Look, he might as well not even have special teams players on his team and just bring in some more defensive guys. That's get a couple extra linebackers or something. A couple extra pass rushers. You ain't gonna use it. You ain't gonna use them.
You ain't gonna use him. He's not.
That's why I ain't carry a kicker on the team.
Yeah, so he's he doesn't know when to kick field goals, and then Denver, the situation there, we don't know how with the new coach that they have in
the guy that got his job because they thought if they got him, they would get Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
That's the whole I swear that I believe that wholeheartedly. That's the reason he got that job.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
he didn't get that job because he was the most qualified available. He got that job because they knew that him and Rodgers were close. They got close over the last couple of years, and they thought if they got him there as the head coach, that they would be able to get Rodgers there.
Exactly. That's what that was. So we don't know how that's going to work out. The Raiders. Yeah, they got the talent, but we'll see how that shakes out. So I still like the Chiefs' chances of winning the West.
And you could have three or four teams out of that division make the playoffs.
That's
because you're gonna have the one that wins the division, and you could get another couple in through the wild card.
Yeah, through the wild card. Yeah. I've never seen all four teams in a division make it. But if it's gonna happen, if there's a year for it, this could be the year. This could be it. Yeah.
Last topic. Should the NFL make Dan Snyder sell his team and get him the hell out of there? Now they're getting investigated for some kind of financial fraud. I guess he was withholding some money so he can, and then that way he can make more profit off of it. Man, with all the stuff that's happened there in Washington with him, you would think that I don't know what they got to do to get rid of an owner. I don't know if I'd say they probably vote with all the other owners. You would think that somebody would have said, let's vote this dude out of here.
Let's get him out. Yeah. Daniel Snyder should be gone. Not just
you've seen the NBA do it.
Yeah.
Force the owner out. Why can't the NFL?
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to be gone. It's too much going on up there.
Yeah, too much has happened. Too much has happened under his leadership.
Yeah, and then the whole sex,
domestic violence.
Yeah, domestic and all that. Yeah, like all that too.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah, sexual harassment. Yeah, going on too. So, yes, he definitely needs to be gone. And they would, I guess the owners would vote him out. But I don't see why an owner would say, "Yeah, let's go ahead and keep him in the league." I don't see. There's no reason to.
But what I think is going to happen though is you heard about it a little bit yesterday, and now you won't hear about it no more.
Yeah, it'll stop. Yeah, almost like he's paying people to stop running the stories or something like. So, I mean, he should be gone. He should have been gone when the stuff first came out, and everything. And maybe he's in those emails that Gruden wants everybody to see.
That's what I never understood. They were investigating all Washington, and out of that, they instead of doing any punishment to the owner of the Washington, they go after John Gruden. Yeah. It's like, okay, this makes no sense because it was almost like, and I'm not saying Gruden wasn't guilty of stuff, but it was almost like he was a scapegoat.
Yeah.
To take the attention off Washington.
To take it off Washington. Yeah.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah. Should have Gruden got penalized or whatever? Yeah, that's for here or there. But so should a Snyder, and I guarantee you there was 7 or 8, 9, 10, however many other names in them emails and stuff for some reason is just being buried. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
You're telling me all them emails Gruden was the only one that had said or done anything that was inappropriate.
It's a lot of it's
FBI wouldn't have been investigating if Gruden was the only one. You know what I mean? It took you 3 years to find out that one person was the whole problem. Then come on, we're not that stupid.
Yeah, it's definitely more than just Gruden that was doing stuff, but they've covered it up for whatever reason, and maybe they don't want it to be a situation where it turns into, well, the NFL is on, CNN and the evening news because of the emails and all that, and the NFL doesn't want it, so they just kind of bury it. But
when you're making evening news, that means this went too far.
Right? Yeah, it went too far. Yeah. So, but at the same time, as fans and just around people, we deserve to know what was in there.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll come out one day, or somebody will leak it out or something. But yeah, we should know what was in those emails, besides what we already know about.
Yeah, you shouldn't just find out stuff about one person.
Yeah,
let's
just get it all. I'd rather we get it all, out in the open now and just deal with it now.
Yeah.
Then
4 or 5 years from now, find out a little more.
Yeah, then we find more. So yeah, just go ahead. Whoever needs to get fired and do it all.
You got it. You got anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
That was it for me. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the playing games tonight and the playoffs.
We'll recap tonight's games tomorrow.
Yes.
Hey, if you guys have any topics you want to hear us talk about, put it in the comments section, and we'll definitely put them in our topics and discuss it.
Yes,
we're always looking for topics. So if you have an idea, send it.
Yeah, if you guys have anything, you guys want us to talk about, definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely talk about it.
But, all right. Well, I appreciate everybody joining us. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. I know it'll be me and Greg. You're going to be here tomorrow, Greg?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
So I know it'll be me and Greg. You never know; some other people might pop in and out. But
yeah.
Dustin had been coming on, but he must have been busy with the baseball show today.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
He's trying to get that baseball show going.
Right.
It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be about the minor league team, so that'd be cool. I don't think there's a whole lot of coverage of the minor leagues.
Yeah, it's some very good minor league players out there.
Yeah, like I said, I watched a kid. I call him a kid, but a guy last night in A-ball that was throwing 99 miles an hour. I mean,
oof.
And then he had a pretty good off-speed pitch. So I look for him. I mean, I think he'll move up to AAA probably pretty quick.
Oh yeah, he'll be playing in the majors for the next year, or so.
He's in the Cubs organization.
Or the Cubs got a good pitcher then.
The A-ball teams I watched yesterday one was for the farm team for the Cubs. The other one was the Padres.
Padres, okay.
It's about an hour away from Fort Wayne. Is about an hour away from where we live, and I went up there with my dad and one of his friends. We went up there and watched the game last night. Perfect night to watch a baseball game. It was like 65, 68 degrees outside. Wasn't cold, but you went out in the sun baking. So it was a perfect night. And man, they got a beautiful ball diamond there for being a lower level minor league team.
All right, yeah, that's good. The weather was.
We paid $15, and we were sitting right behind in between home plate and the third base dugout, 10 rows up, and we paid like $14 a ticket.
That's how
Yeah, you can't
baseball
beat
is.
it. It's like, man, we had great seats. And then like on Tuesdays, they had like $2 things on the concession menu. So you could get like a small pop for $2, a hot dog for $2. So I was like, hell, we need to start coming on Tuesdays.
Yeah, start coming on. Yeah, baseball, they definitely get it right when it comes to ticket prices and bargains and things. NFL, take note. Make your tickets affordable. Make them affordable.
All right. On behalf of Greg, I'm Chris. We will see you guys tomorrow here with the ASAP Afternoon Blitz at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us today. Like we said, if you have any topics you want to talk about, just throw them in the comment section, and we'll talk about them tomorrow. But thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.